Hello, my name's Nicola Davies and I'm an author for children. My speciality is the natural world. That's my great love in life and that's what I try and communicate to my readers. But what I like best is to marry together stories that have a real heart and a real emotional thread with the natural world. And Butterflies for Grandpa Joe is one of those stories. It's about a little boy who is in a very difficult position in his family. He's slightly torn between two different parts of his family, which we don't really get on anymore. He's very, very fond of his grandpa. And unfortunately, his grandpa is really suffering very badly after the death of his wife, the little boy's granny. And he finds a way to bring Grandpa back to the world because Grandpa's great love is butterflies. Now, the little boy really didn't like butterflies very much, didn't really take much notice of butterflies because he loved his granny, and what he loved doing with his granny was baking cakes. So he has to start to learn about butterflies from scratch and discover their magic for himself so that he can then lead his grandfather back to life. And in the course of that, the rifts in the family are a little bit mended and everybody starts to talk to each other again. So I'm now going to read you a little bit from the beginning, and the little boy's name is Ben. So this is the very start of the book. Ben loved his granny and grandpa's garden. It was nothing like his own garden at home. That wasn't a proper garden at all, just a square covered in concrete. But in Granny Lou and Grandpa Joe's garden, the flowers bloomed in higgledy-piggledy beds. The grass grew tall and weedy, and it was always full of bees, butterflies, and birds. "It's our private jungle," Granny Lou would say, and Grandpa Joe would shake his butterfly net and laugh. "And I'm going on safari." Granny Lou would grin and say, "Butterfly mad he is, totally butterfly bonkers." Today, when Ben pushed open the gate at the side of his grandparents' house, everything looked different. The garden felt grey and sad after a long winter. It was as if it knew that Granny was gone and Grandpa hadn't been outside for months. Ben sighed as he took the spare back door key from behind a loose brick in the wall. That was where Granny Lou had always hidden the key. "Shh," she used to say with a wink. "Don't tell your grandpa. He says the burglars will get in." Ben was the only person left who knew about Granny's secret key. He unlocked the door, put the key back behind the brick and went inside. The house was dark and still. The only clue that anyone lived here was the blue flicker of the TV from the living room. Ben took off his coat and went through to see Grandpa. He was sitting on the sofa, staring at the TV screen, with the sound turned off. He'd done that all day, every day, since Granny Lou's funeral. So the rest of the story is how that situation changes and how Ben finds a really brilliant way to bring Grandpa back to life.